Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sarah. I am a mom of 11 kids, a husband to a man named Solo. It's a weird name, the opposite of duet. We have a great life. I love to shop once a month. I've been doing it like our whole marriage, which is a long time. Sometimes twice a month, but I love to get back to once a month. And so here on YouTube, I love to show my grocery hauls that I get for my large family. I have, over the years, developed a pantry that helps me to stay out of the stores. Pre-COVID, pre-2020, I used to have a really small pantry where I would keep one extra of everything I have so that I don't have to run back to the store. But since then, we have really built up the pantry, so we have many months worth of food, and we're just always replenishing that. So I do go shopping once a month, and I try to stay in my budget. Didn't stay in it this month because it's December. But that really does help me. And we buy like a whole beef at a time. We buy a whole pigs at a time to stuff in our freezer. We are also newly homesteading, and so we are starting to produce some of our own food. We have some chickens that we've eaten the meat from, and we get eggs, and we have brand new milk cows that are not milking yet. They're dried off right now, but eventually maybe we'll get our own raw milk. We also buy our raw milk from a local farmer, so you won't see that in this haul, but I'm about to show you what we bought for the month of December, which is a little unusual stuff for us, actually. And I way busted my budget, which it's not that many groceries for how much I spent. I am collaborating today, guys, with a lady named Megan, who is the grocery lady, and I have a really fun story to tell you about how I met her. I do a series on Tuesdays, like Ask Sarah it's called, and people send in their video questions, and I have a lovely editor named Chris. Chris, I'm calling you out here. And she was editing a video that I did, and she's like, wait, this question, I know this lady, I watch her, and I really like her personality, I like her channel. And so I was like, oh, I need to check her out, and it was Megan. And so I got to know Megan through that connection, and we're collaborating today. She does grocery hauls, and she does a lot of them, guys. If you want to see like new stuff from Aldi, Sam's Club, Costco, she's your lady. She goes in there, she shows you everything that's new. She's really good at like finding the best deals at the best stores. And so I'm gonna link her channel. She did a video today too. I'm gonna link her video down below in the description box. I'd love it if you check her out. She also is a homeschooling mom like me. She has 5 kids, and she is in Central Illinois. I was born in Danville, Illinois, so we got a lot in common, Megan and I am very happy to be collaborating with her today. So if you head over to her channel, let her know that I sent you. Thank you guys for your support all the time. I appreciate it. Can you believe it is 6 p.m. here? I told Solo, I really want to film this before dark because I love that natural light, but very hard to do. Okay, let me show you what I got at Sam's Club. All right, we always get a bunch of tortillas because these are super easy lunches, plus obviously taco nights. And I love to replenish my pantry with these bacon crumbles. I do get these often, about 2 bags a month. And we do have a nice stash of them, so we're not going through 2 a month. I needed some rosemary leaves. Cooking a Thanksgiving turkey made me realize that we don't keep much rosemary around, so I got the big Sam's Club version. It'll be good to use in seasoning chickens too. And then I needed a new ground cumin. Can you believe, with our large family, we keep 2 of each of these spices, these large ones, in our pantry. So we have one we're working out of, and then we have one behind it. So of all our main spices, but we also make up our own seasoning blends. Like I make a taco seasoning out of all the different spices we have, and we've started making sausage seasoning because we get pork that's not already seasoned, all those kind of things, ranch seasoning. We do all that ourselves, so it helps to have them in bulk like that. We got a bag of pistachios because we just opened our last one, and so I always like to have one that's sealed and ready to go. And then this is a special treat for December. We got 2 bags of dried mango. I do pick this up here and there, but my kids love them. They're very expensive. We eat them very fast. When we open a bag, they're gone, but wanted to have a couple of things they really love in December. We got some raisins for the pantry, and there's something happening this month in which I will not be able to do what I normally do. So because of that, we picked up some extra things that will just be really easy dinners. So I don't normally buy frozen meals at all. I like to cook from scratch for almost all our meals, and my kids are good cooks too, but I know that they may get weary of cooking, and so I just wanted to have a few things. We have like really empty freezers right now because our whole cow is gone basically, and we're waiting for a new one. that's coming the end of December. So I have a lot of room in my freezers. These lasagnas that they had, I don't know, we don't eat frozen food very often, but I hope they're good. Stouffer's, that's a good brand, right? They were on sale for $10 each, so $20 meal for feeding all of us, and they can throw some bread with it. That and a vegetable or salad, that's a really good deal for us. You can imagine how much it costs even when we go out for a very cheap meal. Taquitos are a favorite around here. They could use that. They would eat that whole box of 60 for one meal. And then we got 2 3-packs of frozen pizza. I cannot remember the last time I got frozen pizza, but I used to buy it all the time, about once a month, and just had it as, we called it emergency pizza. It's good to have an emergency meal, just when things go crazy. Most of the time I like to cook an extra meal around here, so we have emergency meals, and we do go out. So we eat really healthy normally at home, but we don't necessarily eat healthy if we're like just eating out. So we're not purists around here, let me say. We needed some chicken, so I got this whole box. I don't know if you know it, but at Sam's Club you can order a whole box of meat. I'm sure you can do it when you're in the store, but I've only done it when I've done pickup orders, so I don't know. You must have to go to the meat counter and ask them. But this is 8 of these trays of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. So I really love cooking with chicken thighs. That's probably our favorite. And yeah, it's nice to get it all at once, and you do get a little better price when you buy it in bulk like this. We'll stick that in the freezer. We generally use about 1 of these a week, so since we have 8 of them, it should last us a while. The other thing we needed was ground beef because our cow was gone, and I have not had to buy ground beef for a long time just because we keep getting whole animals from farmers that are in the area. So I had to buy it this time. We need to get through the month. This is, I'm sure this is more than a month, because each of these will do about 3 pounds for one meal. And we do ground beef about once a week, but sometimes twice. So this is 8 meals worth basically. So this should be more than what we need in December, especially if they're eating that frozen stuff over there too. But it's so nice to have ground beef. And when we get our cow, it's okay if we have extra. We always are okay with extra as long as we can fit it in our freezer. So this will work out good and gives them some really easy meals to make. We have been stretching the last of our ground beef. That was the last of that cow, as Solo's been calling around to farmers to see if anybody had something available. And actually the one we're getting at the end of December is just half a cow because nobody's had anything. So we're on a couple lists for spring. We'll see how that goes. I also got 4 trays of the stewed beef. So we do love to cook with this. My husband especially, he's from Kenya, and he likes to make several Kenyan dishes with this. And since he might be doing a little more cooking in December, I definitely wanted to have some meat that he likes. If he doesn't cook in January, I am planning to can up. I like to pressure can, and I want to can up and freeze some really easy convenience meals, because I've noticed lately we've been extremely busy, and sometimes if I forgot to thaw meat or we're just starting on dinner so late, you just want a convenience meal. In fact, one day this last week, we ended up just putting some kids. We only had the little ones at home, and we had some projects that went late, and we just threw them in the cart and went through a drive-through. And I was like, oh, we gotta have a better plan for this. So in January, I really have a goal of setting aside and preparing some meals that can just be really, really convenience food. In the past, we've had different jars that we've home canned on the shelves, and we're out right now, and I wanna just get creative beyond that. So if you have any ideas for me, please leave them down in the comments of some really convenience meals that we can just have that are very fast to make, because that's my goal. Lunch meat, we go through 4 things of ham a month, because we just eat about 1 a week. So I put them straight into the freezer so they don't go bad. Pull them out and use them. And then 2 of these are pepperonis. We do a lot of pizza nights. So once a week we've been doing pizza night, and it's going well for us. There's another pepperoni. Last month, I got cottage cheese again. I had been making cottage cheese out of my raw milk, but we're not getting enough to make cheese with. So we had kind of just gone without for a long time. Not kind of, we went without for a long time. Last month, I wanted to make a certain recipe, needed cottage cheese, so I got 2 of them. We ate them really quickly, so I went ahead and got 4, which is what we used to get every month, just for now. Maybe when those cows start producing milk and we have more than enough, we'll start making more of our own dairy products. I also got some eggs. Even though we get eggs from our chickens, you know, it's dead of winter here right now, obviously. We're kind of spoiled with those chicken eggs, so I got the pasture-raised ones. These ones from Sam's Club have very, very, very bright orange yolks. I mean, they really compete with our pasture-raised chickens. I'm always impressed, so we're kind of spoiled with our good eggs. So we got these. We just got 2 18 packs. And that's just to supplement a little. We're getting about 5 or 6 eggs a day. Oh, that's me. 5 or 6 eggs a day is not quite enough for us. Anyway, did I already say that? My son called to ask if there's any food here before he comes home. There's a lot of good food here. Solo made a lamb coconut curry, and there's a lot of leftover. All right, back to the food. I would love you to raise your hand if you also have a teenage boy who always calls to find out what food is at home. And he's too cheap to buy food. He's not buying food. He just wants to be prepared to know what good things he's gonna eat. Okay, fresh mozzarella. I love using this on the pizzas. And I have a little left from last month, so I didn't need too much. Okay, this cheese, guys, this cheese is so, so good. If you like really sharp cheese that tastes like it's from Europe, because it probably is, Kerrygold. It's Irish, right? It is very good. Yep, imported from Ireland. And it is just deep flavor. That's what I would say. I love it so much. We were getting our cheese from Azure Standard and just haven't been able to get it for so long. And we really got spoiled in good cheese. And so nothing else is quite the same. I got 8 blocks of this. I really love it. And this is our main cheese. We slice it for sandwiches and to put on those tortillas over there that I showed you. And we sometimes use it on pizza. We can use it on anything. So this is a month's worth for us. Oh, I got this. I had to walk in. This was all a pickup order. But I had to walk in the store to get a coat for one of my children. I love shopping Sam's Club for coats. I picked up 2 bags of this because it is amazing. It's good that I stay out of the stores because I always get pulled by something that I didn't plan to buy. Anyway, Solo took the kids downstairs and that with one of the bags. That is why it's so quiet in here. They followed him happily with that popcorn. This stuff is very good if you haven't tried it. They usually have some different like candy options around Christmas, and we always get it a couple times. Southwest chopped salad kit. I really love salads. My kids do too, especially when I'm eating them and they want to eat out of my bowl. So that's what those are about. But I didn't get extra salad stuff to make because I know I just won't be eating it this month that much. Got 4 big bags of these cutie oranges, and we probably will go back for this and some bananas partially through this month, although in a couple weeks I'm getting Azure Standard, like 10 days actually. The dates are kind of off a little, and there's a ton of apples coming in that order too. So, and we have some grapefruit and apples and kiwi that when we had to run in for the store for some Thanksgiving things, we just picked up some of that fruit, so they've been eating off of that a lot. We also got pomegranates. This is a fun treat that we only buy in December. I think that's the only time they have them in the stores here. But we've really enjoyed those. We've done it the last couple years. This stuff is what we kind of have for special drinks when we have company over. At the holiday time, we had some at Thanksgiving. That was one of the things we had to pick up with that fruit. And so this will be, I'll just kind of put it away in the garage for Christmas. And yeah, we're not drinkers at all, but this is something we all really enjoy, especially this cranberry one. We put the regular ginger ale in eggnog that we make, and the blackberry is pretty good too. So this corn is for my pantry, those 2 boxes, just because I always look at my pantry, what looks a little low. We probably have 4 of these boxes down there, and I usually keep 6 to 8 of all of the boxes of stuff that we eat very regularly. So obviously I have like 6 months to 9 months maybe of food for our family that would feed our family in that pantry. And I've made videos about it before, so it hasn't changed much since then. And I can link one of those down below. Okay, we got some salsa, just goes to the pantry. 2 things of maple syrup. That's about what we go through a month, so I always kind of replenish 2 every month. And these tortilla chips, we do about a box of those a month as well. Just for dinners, we'll do a whole, this is 2 very large bags of tortilla chips, and we do a bag for nacho night, maybe once a month, and then maybe have like a snack night on a Sunday night with chips and salsa, sour cream or something once in the month too. So we generally go through about a box a month. At Sam's Club, we also just got 1 thing of toilet paper the last number of months. I bought 2 each month, so we have plenty because we go through about a bag and a half of toilet paper every month for our family of 12/13. My oldest son is in Japan for a year right now, so there's just 12 of us at home. And then we love these little paper plates. They're cheaper than regular paper plates. They're like the hot dog bowls that you buy when you're given fast food on the street kind of thing. We use them here and there just when we get very overwhelmed with dishes. We're in a small house right now with a small sink. Sometimes that's a sanity saver. My total at Sam's Club this month was $893 with the popcorn, basically. The box of organic ground beef, if you're interested, it was $126, and that box of chicken was $116. So today is Sunday, and of course I told you I had that pickup order, and we've just had a busy Sunday. But right after church, Solo had to run into Walmart. He was looking for sleds because we have our first snow day, and so I just gave him my little order of what I needed at Walmart so I wouldn't have to go in there. Sam's Club didn't have bananas, so I had him get bananas there, and the kids have already eaten like a half of a bundle. So we had 3 bundles of that. I asked him to get me some cranberries. We've been making a fun drink with those, which I'll show you later. 2 bundles of cilantro. And I think that's all I asked him to get. But he also got a bag of those mandarin oranges, and they ate the whole bag. They're a little smaller from Walmart, but the kids really just devoured them. They loved them. And he got this artichoke. I'm not sure what he's doing with that. And he got some cashews. So I'm not sure what his total was. But yeah, that's what he picked up. All right, a couple weeks ago, I got a big Azure Standard order. Azure Standard is a place where you can get bulk ingredients, I guess. Very high quality. Almost all of it is organic on their website. So you order it, and then there's a drop-off site once a month or about every 3.5 weeks, maybe. And you go there and pick it up with everybody else that ordered. So you kind of have to be around on that day or have somebody that can pick it up. But we have really loved it for stocking our pantry with all our grains, a lot of our cheese and dairy products, and so many things. I get more stuff there all the time. And it's just saved us a lot of money and helped us get quality ingredients. One way we are surviving these higher grocery prices is just our pantry that we have kept, and then cooking so much at home from scratch. That really does help us a lot. So I'm gonna show you right now that order that I got a couple weeks ago. So we've gotten our mixed vegetable, I can't talk, from Azure Standard several times. Solo and I were talking, let's try some of their other frozen vegetables. So we got the broccoli, which is 2 large bags. And we got some avocados. They just were featuring that item, and so definitely decided to try that. They were about $1 each, or maybe just over $1 each, but that is typical for what we get at Sam's Club that are not organic, so I was totally fine with that. They look really good, really good. They're hard right now, so all of them. Yep, all of them. We get this cream cheese every month, and when we don't eat through it, we just put it in the freezer, so we have plenty. We use the freezer stuff more to cook from, and then the stuff that was never frozen more for our homemade bagels, sourdough bagels that we make all the time. We got more frozen vegetables. 2 things of butternut squash. We make an excellent butternut squash soup. Green beans. We use green beans and broccoli a lot anyway, and peas, which Solo's excited about because he's been making a lot of curries, and he loves to throw either mixed vegetables or peas in them for some vegetables. I tried this raw milk goat cheese, goat cheddar it's called, just to try something new. It was a pretty good price. I have gotten their different goat cheese before, and we love it, but I've never gotten a raw one. Loved the sour cream last month when we tried it. I mean, it is so good, and it's full of probiotics, which I personally am needing myself, so I'm trying to always eat a little bit of this or a little of our homemade yogurt every day. Then we got the red potatoes. I don't think I've ever gotten my red potatoes from Azure Standard before, so we love red potatoes. We eat a lot of them every month, and I think this is 12 bags. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 bags of organic red potatoes. These are 5 pounds. Yeah, I think the ones we get from Sam's Club are maybe 8 pounds. I don't think they're 10 pounds, but this might be a little more than what we normally use in a month, but they definitely always last, so should be fine. Although, I guess, how can I say that? I've never gotten these before, and they're organic, which sometimes doesn't last quite as long, so we'll see. I'll keep a good eye on them. It's holiday season. Actually, I'm filming this before Thanksgiving, so definitely will get a lot of use out of potatoes right now. We always get this massive thing of butter. This is grass-fed butter, and we really like it. This costs, I think, about $97 for all of this, and we don't go through all of it every month. Oh, I'm trying to pull one out so you can see it, and they're stuck. We get a little more than normal and then throw the extras into the freezer. This is laundry detergent. I like their laundry powder. I mean, I've only tried this brand of their liquid. I haven't tried their powder. The reviews were excellent. It definitely saves money to do powder. So I got this big, huge bag, fragrance free, and it's supposed to be like a really clean one, free of phosphates and all these other things. What I do know, now I'm down here on the floor, is that I have been making my own laundry detergent. So when I ran out of the liquid stuff, I just went back to my homemade concoction. I just don't have a whole lot of faith in making my own. What happens is I start reading online too much about how over time it doesn't work as well, your clothes don't get as clean. Our clothes have been very clean. They smell like nothing. They're coming out very well, but I don't know how much it'll wear and tear our machines and our clothes over time. But I will, because a lot of you have asked, I will share with you what I do for the homemade stuff. I just don't think it's much cheaper because I go through so much borax. Then also chemically wise, I think I got an equal amount of acidic and basic, and I don't know if it's all canceling each other out. You know, I'm no chemist. But I do fall back on that when I'm out. I just like also supplementing with this stuff. So this should last me quite a while. It says it's like, yes, you can have a pair, wash it. Let me show you quickly what I usually make for my homemade stuff. So I have a lot of children who do their own laundry. My 5th is just started doing her own. So around the time you turn 13 around here, you do your own laundry completely. So I do have it marked so it's easy for the kids to see. You probably can't tell, but that says half a cup and it's borax. We just have this scooper that ends up being about half a cup. And we have half a cup of baking soda, so those both go in a load. And then 1 to 2 tablespoons of citric acid. We have a tablespoon in there. And then we pour about half a cup of vinegar, white vinegar, into the fabric softener section. It's just those 4 items. My kids all know how to do it that do their own laundry. And like I said, it works good. I just have doubts about the long-termness of it. And so I could just go back and forth between Azure Standard stuff and this. Borax, we go through really fast. A half a cup each time just feels like those little boxes are gone. So I haven't found a great place to source that in bulk. Okay, here's what else I got. 2 huge bags of organic rolled oats. Last time I got them, I tried to get a year's worth, and I think it's lasted a long time. Not quite out of it, but I wanted to make sure I have plenty. I also got 3 bags of their organic all-purpose flour. I do love using this for baking. I normally grind my own flour from wheat berries, but since I've been doing a lot of sourdough, I've been using a lot more flour. In all my sourdough recipes, I am using a little more and a little more of the ground flour just to test the limits and see how it goes. I don't want to waste a lot of my efforts there, but I also want to get to using more of the homegrown fresh ground flour. So I still need this flour though. Last month, see, I thought I was getting a terrible deal here with how much this flour cost, but last month I ran into Sam's Club because I had forgotten to get some more and I was out of flour. And I picked up some of theirs. It was non-organic and it was a lot more expensive than I remembered it being. So I realized that I actually am getting a great deal at Azure Standard. It's a little more expensive, but it's organic and it tastes way better than whatever that processed flour from Sam's Club is. So it was not nearly as bad as I thought. I also got 2 huge bags of organic cane sugar. It's 25 kilograms, so is that 25 kgs? Is that like 60 pounds? Anyway, these bags are heavy. Belle picked up Azure Standard for me. Belle, how heavy was that stuff?
It was pretty heavy.
You got a good workout.
It wasn't that bad though.
Oh, okay, good. All right, we also got something else new there. We got some yellow onions. Oh, it's a big bag of yellow onions and red onions, and this is about a month's worth of onions for us. And finally, they were featuring their pears, so I got all of these. What I've looked through, none of them look bad. Some of them are darker, but they're still hard on the hard side. I didn't even feel any soft ones. Try not to squeeze them too much. But yeah, are they good? I haven't tried one yet. They are. All of the fruit we've gotten there has been so good. We haven't regretted any of it. Okay, my total at Azure Standard was $921. That includes the shipping, but I also had some Azure cash that I built up that applied to that, so it kind of all shakes out. The one thing I did not get that was $200, because I thought it was going well over $1,000 here, is my cheese. I usually get 8 blocks of 5-pound raw cheddar cheese, and I have not been able to get it. And one of you told me to switch to a different brand, Sierra Nevada. It's more expensive. You said it was very good. I switched to that. Still was not able to get it, so I don't know what I'm buying my cheese from from Sam's Club. and I don't like it as much, but that is all the options I have. The grand total, so I'm just assuming Walmart was about $50 because groceries are a lot these days. I think he got a tumbler too. I'm not sure what all happened in Walmart today. They did not find sleds, I'll tell you that. Assuming it was $50, we're at $18.89. But that's not all. We also prepaid for our raw milk for the whole month. We paid $3.92 for that milk. And we get 7 gallons a week, and we basically drink 1 gallon a day. That brings our total for the month to $2,281. That's a lot for us. We also do a ton of baked goods, but I have all of that stuff on hand, including food coloring. We get some really good high quality food coloring from Amazon that's not just food dyes. It's like natural ingredients, and we just have tons of stuff for all the Christmas baking that we need. We really didn't have to buy anything extra for that. Our normal budget this year was supposed to be $1,500 a month, and it has been very, very difficult to stay in that, especially with buying meat this month and a few convenience meals. Hopefully that will keep them out of restaurants, so we'll save on that side, but grocery prices are going up and things will change for us in January. I don't think we'll be able to try to pretend to stay in the $1,500 a month range anymore. $2,281 is a lot more, but something has to give somewhere else. So that's how we do it around here. Generally, I save so much money just paying attention to how much money I'm spending and buying most of our groceries 1 time a month. It just helps me so much. I know with all of these people that our budget would be out of control if we weren't paying close attention to it. So my husband and I talk to people about their budgets all the time, like in real life. He has a business and he helps families with their finances, and just paying attention to it, just paying attention to how much you're spending and how often you're going to the store is just such a huge step in saving money. So thank you guys for watching today. I show my groceries once a month. I love to show what I'm doing in the kitchen throughout the month. We show our big, wild, large family and lots of other things around here. Don't forget to check out Megan's channel that I will link down below. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.